exist. For it's washed down to the sea. Tell me, how many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? What I wanna know is how many times can a man turn his head pretending that he just doesn't see?
Good morning, Skills Center. I'm Madison Maurice with Daniel DeRocher, and we're bringing you your Friday morning news.
Cocoa and Colors is this upcoming Thursday at 5:30 in the boardroom. Miss Burnett will be your guide on the trail to creating a truly precious painting of a snowman couple to make with your partner. And if monogamy isn't your thing, you can just paint the one you want.
The Erie All-City Marching Band is recruiting new members. If you're interested, go to the Strong Vincent Band Room on Wednesday between 4 and 6. No experience is needed, and you can do color guard or horn or drumline. Talk to Hakeem Walters if you have any questions.
Say, Madison, wasn't that fire drill a little brisk?
I'd say so. I'm having trouble feeling my fingers.
Too bad your coat wasn't on the back of your chair so you could grab it like a lot of the teachers did. What's up with that? Ryan went out and told us.
Alright, so what do you guys think about the fire that happened earlier?
I mean, it was pretty decent, I guess. I mean, I like how we have to line up and stuff, but just let us get our coats. Like, I'm out there freezing. Like, too cold out there.
How I feel about the fire drill, that's how it's supposed to be done. I don't understand why kids feel like it's hard to get in a line and get their name called and to get back in the building. I don't know why it took 20 minutes to do that. It was like 12 degrees out today, and people couldn't get their coats, could not go run and get their coats because it's a fire drill, and kids were playing outside like it was summertime. It's not hard to line up and stay in line. Okay?
Alright, so what do you guys think about teachers being able to get their coats while you guys weren't able to?
Oh, that's not fair at all.
Shout out to Mr. Cassidy because he did not wear his coat. You're the realist.
Alright, so what do you think about the fire drill?
Couldn't have a fire drill like in the summer or like the spring. You got to do it in the winter.
Now, what do you think about teachers being able to wear coats while you weren't able to get yours?
Two things, like from like one point of view, I was like, you know, like because we have had this like quarrel about coats and jackets and having them on, but I think it was dumb that we couldn't have like go get our coats right before because we obviously were going to have a fire drill.
All right, so what do you think about the fire drill that happened earlier?
Honestly, I think that like we shouldn't have like the fire drill is a good thing, but at the same time we shouldn't have been standing outside cold. I mean, in case of real emergencies, yeah, we're gonna be like that anyways. But at the same time, it's not fair that the teachers get to go outside in their coats and we don't. Y'all gotta suffer as well. Sorry, not sorry.
Thanks, Brian. I guess solidarity is something that stayed in 2017. Something that's here to stay, though, is the Super Bowl. Malcolm asked who you guys were rooting for.
What's up, G's? And listen, 72-hour Super Bowl 52 be taking off. Patriots versus Eagles. You did. So, Tyler, who you think will win the Super Bowl?
I think the Eagles are going to win.
And what's your final score prediction?
I don't know.
So, DC, who you think will win the Super Bowl this year?
Oh, Eagles Nation.
What's the final score?
Eagles 100, Patriots 3.
So, Sam, who do you think will win the Super Bowl this year?
I think I don't care for either of them to win, actually.
So, ladies, who you think will win the Super Bowl this year?
Eagles!
Thanks, Malcolm. And I know who I'm rooting for, my earplugs, so I don't have to hear my stupid family.
I just think you don't like football because you suck at sports. And here's your mogul news. For seniors, she has a number of scholarship options available for you, and she wants your acceptance letters. For juniors, if you want to take the SAT, guess what? You should sign up now.
An old throwback has made its way out of the cracks and onto your smart boards. Here's Haley Green with Word of the Week.
What's your word of the week?
Conical.
A shape of a cone?
Yeah! A shape of a cone?
Yeah! Comical. Like funny.
Wrong.
Is it like fake?
Wrong.
Conical. To connect something?
Wrong.
Full of conic.
Wrong.
Does it mean Haley's forehead?
Wrong.
Being prestige on sign?
Wrong.
Conical means the shape of a comb.
Now here's what's going on off campus with our own Alex Murray.
Good morning, Skills Center. Today I'll be discussing FEMA's most recent decision to stop actively shipping supplies to Puerto Rico as of this past Wednesday. FEMA will no longer be sending shipments to Puerto Rico, the reason being that FEMA believes Puerto Rico is in the recovery stage and no longer in an emergency stage. What this means is Puerto Rico can benefit from a FEMA stockpile rather than active shipments. However, many locals say that FEMA simply does not know what is fully going on in Puerto Rico. Many communities are left still without power or access to basic resources. We went to Mr. Chambers to get his opinion on this decision. Mr. Chambers, what do you think about FEMA's leaving Puerto Rico?
I think if FEMA ends up leaving Puerto Rico, I think it'll be a very controversial decision they have to make. Many of the people on the island are still relying on FEMA's aid for things such as food, things such as water, and just overall, just, the support that they provide to the people when they do go to these areas that are, right after a disaster. So I believe that it's a very controversial decision.
Right. And do you agree with their decision?
It kind of depends on what angle they're coming from. Economically speaking, maybe they don't have the proper funding to be able to continue, but also, as morally speaking, I think it's morally wrong to leave people who are U.S. citizens in their time of need, especially when it's something against their own control.
So I'm here with Ms. Sizikowski. Ms. Sizikowski, would you like to tell us a little bit more about Pi Day?
I'd love to. So Fernando Pagan and I were discussing the many splendors of pi, and we decided that we should compete against each other to see who can memorize the most digits. So he's may or may not be killing me at this point, but there's plenty of time. So we decided to make a whole school thing of this. So we are welcoming anybody who would be willing to memorize digits of pi to compete against us. And the plan is the winner amongst the group gets a pie, and they can pie any of the losers in the face. On camera, of course.
That sounds very nice. And can you tell me some tips for people that are thinking of entering the competition?
Absolutely not, because I plan to win.
All right.
Thanks, Alex. You gotta give her credit for all that enthusiasm. Too bad she's not enthusiastic about easy homework, right? Now here's Puan with your weekend weather.
So Puan is gone. Sorry we had to lie to you, but what you get in return is a weatherman who actually gives a crap. So for today, we have 18 degrees, and if you could bring up those cold fronts, we have a small slight cold front heading eastward, and that's going to go over Pennsylvania, but that's going to dissipate pretty quickly. So we have cold temperatures today, but you can see by Saturday that it's going to warm up a bit to 31, and if you bring up that wind chill, it's pretty severe. So it's going to look like it's 31, and that's what all the sites are going to tell you, but to be safe, I would dress like it's 15. So for the weather on Sunday, we have 34 degrees, so that's a little warmer. So we get a break in temperature, but if you bring up that flu index, look at this, people. I gotta step off. Look at this. You gotta wash your hands, you gotta sanitize. It is widespread and it is almost peaking. So you gotta use hand sanitizer, Bath and Body Works soap. I don't care what you do, as long as you keep those door handles clean and spotless, you're gonna be fine. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Danny DeRocher. And if I'm not mistaken, that wraps it up for this week. I'm Danny DeRocher with Madison Maurice, and we're wishing you a great weekend.
Oh my God.
So my friend,